I also would like at this time to ask Delegate Greason to come up to the podium. Delegate Greason is came to sign up to speak tonight, but he also has another responsibility to another troop of Boy Scouts, as a matter of fact, having their Court of Honor tonight. So in order that he can get there on time, we're going to ask him to give his remarks at the very beginning so he can be on his way.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you very much, Madam Vice Chair, board members, Superintendent. Nice to be here tonight. It's good to see you all again. I don't come here as often as I'd like, but I did come tonight to address you on two specific issues that are roughly before you. I believe one of them tonight and maybe one you're discussing in earnest, and I applaud you for discussing both of them. The first issue I'd like to talk about is the staggered election terms for school board members. Last year, this board asked me to carry a piece of legislation in Richmond that would allow you the authority to make the decision to go to staggered terms independent of that decision from the Board of Supervisors. Before this piece of legislation, this board was obligated to follow the supervisor's decision, and if they decided to go in a 9-member block every 4 years, you were obligated to go in a 9-member block every 4 years. If they decide to go to staggered terms, you're obligated to go to those staggered terms as well. And in good government, I thought that we should decouple those two points of interest. You're an elected body. You should be held accountable by those that elect you. And if you want to make a decision on your own to go to staggered terms, then so be it. You should make that decision on your own. So my personal belief in the way we govern is to push the authority down closest to those making the decision and hold them accountable for those decisions. You guys will be deciding on that tonight. We did pass the legislation, and you have the authority to make that decision on your own. I'll offer my 2 cents on what I think you might want to do with that authority now that it's been granted. Staggered terms, in my mind, offers continuity from board to board to board. It allows you to have a consistent message in successive terms. It allows you to have a base of knowledge to solve long-range problems that are 6, 8, and 10 years long, instead of having the worry that all 9 members will get swept out all at once and the community will be starting on projects over and over and over again with a new board of elected officials. So continuity is number one, and I encourage you to think about the policy aspect of staggered terms and not the politics, potentially, of staggered terms. And I know you'll be thinking about that later tonight. The second issue I wanted to address you on is the start of school prior to Labor Day. I hear a lot from our collective constituents about pros and cons of whether or not we should make that decision. But again, that decision currently resides in Richmond. And if you would like to make that decision, you go to the state, you ask for that authority, the authority is either granted or not granted. I believe consistently that we should push that authority to you, and you should make that decision on your own, just like we did for staggered terms. Ultimately, there are over half of the localities in the Commonwealth that have that authority. So the precedent has been set in Richmond to allow localities to start school before Labor Day. I think you should simply have the power to make that decision, listen to your constituents in the community and the parents involved, and make a decision that's best for Loudoun. I'm never fearful to give my own opinion, so here it comes. Ultimately, I think you should think about starting school before Labor Day. Right now, the SOLs are a set date in time. And the more days we can give our students to prepare for the SOLs before they have to take the test, the better off those students will be, and the better off the school system and the teachers and the parents will be. If we wait to start school after Labor Day and have 2, 3, and 4 weeks of classroom instruction after the SOLs, I think we've missed an opportunity there. Some people say, I don't want to shrink my summer vacation. Well, it won't shrink it, it'll shift it. And I would love to be out of school around June 4th or 5th instead of June 20th or 22nd. So I encourage you to look at that issue. Should we give you the authority this year? I will be carrying a bill again this year. It did fail last year, but it won't fail every year. And we will soon give you the authority to make that decision on your own. And I hope you take my comments into consideration as you do that. That's all I had to say for tonight, and I'm happy to answer any questions, Mr. Chairman, or go on my merry way. It's your prerogative.
Delegate Greason, we are going to thank you very much for your words tonight and for your efforts on the behalf of this board. We've got another legislative session coming up, and we are busy developing our legislative packet. We hope that no matter the outcome of these votes tonight, that you'll continue to be a great partner for us. As we move into this fall to discuss some of the issues that could remain before the board, and we definitely appreciate your support for local control of schools.
Absolutely. You'll continue to get it. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much.